Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of AMsportsBALLERS. I'm Martin Gustrud, and with me as always, but today next to me in person, we got Sigurd Grov.
Yep, there you go.
What's up, bro? Welcome to my house.
Yeah, I've been here a couple of
You've been
times.
here.
I've been here. I even lived in this house for a small minute.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sigurd slept here one night, and his mom almost called the
Yeah.
police because you were missing. She thought,
Yeah, that was another time though.
Yeah.
But I did live here for like a week.
Yeah.
Once.
I know that.
Yeah.
Good times, good
Good
times.
times, good times.
And Bo, we got a big episode to this today.
Yeah.
We got another big episode. We've been having a lot of big episodes lately, like 1 hour, 1 hour 30 plus. Like, I think we had 2 episodes with 1 minute, 1 hour and 40 plus minutes so far. And
Yeah.
I
It's
think
getting kind of out of hand, but in all honesty, it's just that we got a lot of opportunities now
Yeah.
that we've haven't or we've had it, but we've kind of focused on more on the Norwegian Football League, but now we're kind of expanding a little bit more. I feel like, you know what I mean?
yeah, definitely. And also, I felt like last year, I felt like short and sweet was the way to go. Like
Yeah.
45 minutes was the target.
Yeah.
And this year, I just been like, whatever time it takes, it's gonna take. And again, we got two guests coming
Yeah.
on, and we like to talk, so each guest is like 30-minute talk. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
1 hour right there. So whatever we're doing outside of that is gonna be
Yeah.
like 1 hour plus.
Yeah. So if you guys get bored of us, I don't know, skip through.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't
Well,
skip through.
we got a good one today. We're gonna
Yeah.
We're gonna start off by taking care of some of this NFL news, because
Yeah,
there's
man.
a lot of NFL news right now.
A lot of
There-
good drama, or not drama, but a lot of good stuff.
We were
coming
just
out.
sitting here, just scrolling through, receiving all this NFL news as
Yeah.
we sit here. We were like, "Oh shit, we gotta talk about
We gotta
that. Oh
talk
shit,
about
we
that.
gotta talk
Oh,
about
wow,
that."
another one.
Another one, yeah,
Yeah.
signings and trades and all this and that. I got a few, like I picked out a few on, like I thought it was few, but now it's like more than 10. I
No,
think
it's
news.
a lot. It's a lot.
So we're gonna go through some of the NFL news and talk about that. I know you got a few you're excited about, and I
Yeah.
definitely got a few I'm excited
Yeah,
about. So
yep.
this is gonna be good. And also after that we got Leo Billgren, head coach of Tyresö Royal Crowns, coming on. He's gonna talk about a little bit. We're gonna ask him about the Swedish series.
Yeah, a little bit about the Swedish series, maybe, and he's never been on our podcast before. I think he's been on some other podcasts,
Yeah, definitely.
previously, but since it's his first time here.
Yeah,
We're gonna-
we did talk about the Swedish series, and
Yeah.
that's what made Leo reach out to us, be
Oh,
like,
wow.
"Hey guys, if you wanna, get some in-depth detail about
Yeah.
the Swedish series, contact me." And also, he got a lot of information about the national team coming up, so
Oh, that's
we're
nice.
definitely gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, as I said, since he's never been here, we're kind of gonna maybe take a little deep dive into him as well. So you guys can get some information about his background, and hopefully that's what we're planning to do. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. And also, not just that, we got this is a first. We got a first time we got a former NFL player
Yes.
coming to our show, and that's a big one, right?
that's a big one, man. That's a big one.
Every time you hear like, and even if it's like not a standout NFL player, when you hear like he's been on
Dude.
an NFL roster, you're
Dude.
like, all right, this
Yeah.
guy can ball. This
Dude.
guy can ball. He's been at the best of the best.
Yeah, not
Like,
just that. He's not just been in there. He was there for a couple of years.
Yeah,
So,
3 years.
3 seasons,
for
2 years.
Minnesota Vikings,
Yeah.
because we got Chase Baker coming on for talk about a little bit, because right now he's a coach for NFL Academy.
Yeah, and we, as you guys know, because I think we maybe said something about it in the last episode or the episode before that. We have now a Norwegian young stud heading into the NFL Academy. So, that's bringing in some hype there, and then that's also, been one of the reasons why we now have gotten to have contact with Chase.
Definitely.
And, yeah, it's a cool thing. So,
Shout out to the Gardebergs.
Yeah,
Tobias
yeah.
Gardeberg is a player, D-line from Lillestrøm
Yeah.
Starfighters, that's he signed for the NFL Academy. So they hooked me up, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that with Chase Baker
Yeah,
and his NFL journey. And he's been
Yeah.
like coach some teams in
Yeah.
Barcelona, maybe even on the same team
as Darius Slade, who's
Darius
going to play
Slade.
for Christensen this year.
exactly. So we're
Yeah.
gonna
We might have. We are not 100% sure. But we're going to ask later on.
yeah.
Oh, sorry about
Oh,
that.
Siri.
Siri, relax.
Blooper. You get bloopers on our Patreon. So we actually, my Siri came on too. We definitely said something.
We said something to trigger her. I'm sorry.
If you didn't know, we were actually posting bloopers whenever there's
funny stuff.
When there's some funny stuff happening, we're posting them on our Patreon, and we're also trying to increase our Patreons because that's where you can support us and the podcast. By going to patreon.com/AMsportsTV, and we're gonna have a giveaway for every 10 Patreon we reach. So right now we're at 9. We gained one from last time, so we're at 9. So we need one more Patreon, and we're gonna give away a gift card for awesome. 500 NOK, and we're gonna take that money that Patreon that you guys gave us on Patreon. We're gonna take that money, and I think most of it we're just gonna give it away. So
we both have 100% jobs on the side. So
we don't really need that money right now. So
we obviously need money. Everybody needs money, but in all honesty, as we said, this is something that we do for you guys, and it's a hobby, and so we're just trying to have fun with it. So we're trying to do as many giveaways as possible. Like, you guys have probably noticed that we've been giving away a lot of stuff. Like, over, I think, like,
a few ones.
Yeah, we've had a few ones. Like last season, we had a pair of cleats, we had a pair of gloves, we had a Weiser, a drinking bottle.
Yeah, we gave
away a lot of stuff.
So, but a lot of those stuff came from our sponsor,
yes,
Contact
and that's
Sports.
A perfect little transition there,
right? Layup, right?
There you go.
Because we wouldn't really have the interest to do this podcast if we didn't have a good sponsor to really reach out to, and also to sponsor you guys with. Like, we want to promote. We went in like, okay, we want something we can offer to our listeners, and Contact Sports met us with a promo code BALLERS10. So if you use that on their website, you get 10% off.
There you go.
That's our treat to you guys.
Yep,
so
there you go.
We already know a couple of guys actually used it for. You know that helmet we talked about, the Axiom?
Yeah. I know who got it too.
Somebody got it, and they used our code for 10% off. So that's dope, and that's really cool. And I wish I was playing because I really want to try that helmet out.
It looks pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I saw pictures from when he did the head scan.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird when you're doing the head scan.
He had like a hat that's
like
covered like
shiesty.
Yeah, like
you know what that is?
I don't know. No,
a ski mask.
Ski mask, yeah, something like that, and it just looked a little bit strange, but definitely you're gonna get a helmet that's perfectly fitted to your head.
Yep.
That's safety right there, guys.
That's safety. That is safety, and it's the newest tech in sporting equipment. It's the newest tech in sporting equipment. It's always gonna be better. So.
Well, you know what, but safety is good, but you know what's better?
What's better?
Swag.
Hey, come on now. Gotta have swag. Come on. Hey.
Well, you get swag.
I'll take a hit, but if I look good taking the hit,
you get right back up.
right back up. Yeah.
All right. Hey, Sigurd, let's just
let's dive into the rest of this episode.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, guys. We're gonna take a little look into some NFL news, bro.
Come on. Number one news.
Number one news. This is your number one. That's for sure.
This is my number one news right here.
We got.
So let me take this. All right. So
it,
we have my boys, the Pittsburgh Steelers, picking up Russell Wilson. This is a huge signing. So, there's a lot of.
Bro, he sucked though. He sucked though.
No, come on. How can you say that? Okay, so hey, there's a lot of people that hate, don't like this trade. This is a cheap pickup for us, and he's a veteran, and we definitely need a veteran. Only veteran we have is Mitchell Trubisky, and that's not a good veteran for us. He's not been doing the job.
What is the Steelers motto? Like your
Steelers motto. I don't really know.
Broncos, let's ride.
Yeah.
Broncos country.
Steelers way.
Ride.
Mike Tomlin just talks about playing the Steeler way.
Steeler way. I can't wait for they to release Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
I'm
probably an idiot now.
Let's go.
I'm probably an idiot now because I'm not saying the Steelers motto. I can't get it on the spot if there is one. But yeah, we don't really have a motto. We have a lot of chants though and stuff like that. We got terrible towel. There we go. We got terrible towel number one.
Yeah.
We got Muth. Now we got Fryer Muth. He used to be. Oh shit! I forgot his name. I'm getting a brain fart, but it's an earlier player, and then it's been developed into now Frymuth. Whenever he has a nice catch, we go Moose.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You know what I like with the sign up? Broncos is paying Russell almost $38 million
I know.
for
I know.
next season,
Hey,
and,
I'm happy
and you
about
guys
that,
pay him $1
I
million.
know. I'm so happy about that, man. You know, so as I said, it's a veteran pickup, and honestly,
Cost him nothing.
cost us nothing. And honestly, bro, a lot of people gonna hate me for this. Dude can still play. A lot of people gonna hate that.
Probably better than
that.
Pickett.
Go for me. Definitely better than Pickett.
Yeah.
Dude put. I'm sorry. I like Pickett. He's a Pittsburgh guy. I like him for that, but for the football, the football sake, last year he put up the worst stats in NFL history since
Definitely an upgrade at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
And a cheap one at that.
Yes.
And you get a veteran presence.
Yeah. And I think this is going to be a good new start for him. You know, a lot of people said that, oh well, Denver's going to be a good good new start for him because he was kind of lacking the last years in Seahawks. But I think this is a better fit for him than the Broncos.
Let's hope. Let's see.
Hope so.
And we got Baker Mayfield signing a big contract.
Yep.
Bro, this Baker, trusting himself is the best thing he's ever done. He was paid $4 million for last season, and next season he's gonna be paid like 50-something million. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude had a good year though. Like in my opinion, he had a good year.
Best year we ever had, I think.
Yeah. So this is a no-brainer for me. Re-sign him. Let him keep doing his thing.
What do you think about this?
This one,
Max Jones being traded to Jags for back. I hope it's for backing up Trevor Lawrence, right?
Of course, it's for backing up Trevor Lawrence. I don't really see any use for him here.
Trevor, he got hurt a little bit at the end of last season, and actually in the middle of the season, the Jags was like favored. They were like 7-2, something like that, something crazy good, and he got hurt in his shoulder or elbow. I don't remember. And after that, they went on a crazy losing streak, almost. I think they didn't even enter they lost the playoff berth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Texans and Colts went in.
Yeah.
And they did not. No, Colts did not. Texans went in. Maybe they went in the playoff. I don't remember right now. But they were very close to not going to the playoff if they did. And
but honestly,
it could be good to have like a decent backup.
But he's not a decent though. I've not seen
Patriots
good stuff from
Patriots offense sucks.
I know.
Like they don't have any. Their offense just sucks.
I know. But hey, I'm gonna say something weird here. Okay, I'll say this. I was about to say, what did Tom have to work with? Yes, he had Julian Edelman and Gronk, but rest.
Bro, he had Randy Moss.
No, but like excluding him, like go like further down.
Well, he had
Gronk and Julian.
He had always a top 5 defense, something like that. Like a crazy good defense. Every time they won the Super Bowl, the defense was like carrying the team.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like offense though. He still hasn't done enough on offense.
No,
I can't compare him to Tom Brady, one of the greatest of all time. But
obviously, that's too late to do. And I like this one. I'm one of the best linebacker in the NFL. Underrated for sure. Underrated. He led the league in tackles this year. Zaire Franklin got a extension. I like that one. Bro. Yep. I love him as a player. He's just a dog at the field. You look up a highlight of him meeting King Henry. Bro, like he laid Henry out. Let's just move on. Yeah. Safety news: the Bears, they got a couple good signings so far, and this one is Kevin Byard, the safety that played for Titans and then was traded to the Eagles in the middle of the season and then cut after the season, and now he's at the Bears.
Yep.
That's a good sign-up. I like Byard. I wanted him to go to the Colts, actually, because the Colts is going to lose probably Julian Blackmon. So we'll see. Retirement. Eagles just losing players there.
A lot.
Lost the safety
I think that the mentality going into last season for a lot of those players where this is...
Last year.
Yeah, this is not only like the last year, but this is like my defining moment. I'm going to win the Super Bowl now and then retire him, and then they didn't even...
10-1 and 2.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know how many.
That's crazy. Steelers had a pretty similar situation like a couple years back, though.
Yeah, that's right. So. After what's the wide receiver name again?
Juju?
No, Mapletron.
Oh,
after he tweeted losing, I don't know the name of her or something like that, and then after that they lost everything. Anyway, this is Fletcher Cox retiring from the NFL. Same time as they're losing 2 big pieces in the middle. They have Fletcher Cox on one side, and then Kelsey on the other side.
Kelsey on the other side.
On the other side, another D tackle just became the highest paid D tackle in the NFL. And also a guy who trusted himself last season,
Yeah.
Chris Jones.
Yeah.
I think he went in losing money last year because he got penalized so much because he was standing out, like he was holding out. I mean,
Holding out, yeah.
holding out. So he lost money last year. I think he made up for it in the playoffs though, because he got like a playoff bonuses.
Yeah.
So definitely a big piece for the Chiefs there.
Yeah, I like that guy, man. I've seen like clips of him just being him, and he's a nice guy, or sounds like a nice guy.
Oh, the leader, dog.
Yeah.
And yeah, Browns traded for Jerry Jeudy. Bro, they're good at trading.
Yeah.
Remember Amari Cooper? It was like a 4th and a 5th, and this is like a 5th and a 6th.
Yeah.
For 2. I don't know. Amari Cooper's pretty good. I'll say he broke their franchise record for receiving yards for one game.
Yeah.
And Jerry Jeudy just couldn't produce really in Denver. He could blow up this year for real. With a good quarterback, he could blow up. Like he got speed. And
Doesn't really have a good quarterback though.
Yeah. Well, Watson is pretty good, bro.
Well, I think he is a good quarterback, and he was so good at Texans, but he's been struggling. He's been struggling in the Browns. For the Browns.
This is when we were sitting here, we just opened our phone.
Yeah.
And this is the news that just popped up.
Now.
This is round 2 we got right now.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins going to Falcons, bro. That's big news.
That is big news. What happened? What's the situation for Vikings then?
Oh, they gotta trade someone, I guess.
Yeah. Because where's Joshua Dobbs now?
Oh, he's not there.
He's not there.
No, I don't think so.
Mm.
He was like a hired mercenary for.
They should have paid him. Dude played a hell of a
4-year deal
year.
though. That's a big deal for I think he's pretty old, right? 30. I guess quarterbacks don't really get old anymore because of Tom Brady.
Because Tom Brady.
Next news: Packers signing Josh Jacobs.
Huge news
they're losing. I think they got Aaron Jones, or they're losing Aaron Jones this year.
Who?
Aaron Jones, their Packers running back.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, they're losing Dobbins. They're losing. I know that. I know they're using DJ Dobbins. No, J.K. Dobbins. No, that's the fucking guy for Ravens.
Yeah, this is pretty fresh news for us, so we haven't really done our research.
No, I'm talking about the backup running back for Packers.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Brain fart like you had before. Raiders signing Christian Wilkins.
Another huge one right here.
Bro, I thought he was franchise tag last year because I know he was like holding out, but he started to hold out, but then he decided to play anyway, so they never reached a deal. That was it.
Yep.
Big deal though, Christian Wilkins. Imagine him with what's the guy they got already?
Max
Crosby. Bro, that's a good D-line now.
That's a crazy good D-line, man.
Yeah. They're only missing like one decent end on the other side that could like take advantage of all the single coverage that he was going to get, because they're going to double coverage Max and double him. So
maybe that'll leave up an opportunity for someone to step up though.
Yeah, because that's what I mean. Like they're going to have the third guy is going to be like the lucky guy because he's going to see a lot of one against one.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Raiders coming up here.
Yeah.
And Jag signing Gabe Davids. I was hoping he would stay in Bills, but I guess not.
Guess not.
Yeah.
Good player though.
Ups and downs.
Yeah.
He's not just. I don't think he's consistent enough. Like, obviously, I'm biased here because I had him on my fantasy team and he disappointed me so much. Because one game he was hot as flames and he got like 30 points. So next week I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to win this bitch.
Yeah.
And then no, he got 2 points. And then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna bench him. And then no, he got 25 points. You know, like he could not help me out whatever I chose to do with him.
That's a coaching problem.
Yeah, right. And then Titans signing Tony Pollard. So I guess King Henry is definitely not going back to Titans.
Nope.
And they got a really good secondary second string running back too. Spears.
Yeah.
Look out for Spears this year because Tony is, I don't know. I don't believe him until I see he can really produce again. Yeah, he got one good year and now he's Yeah, I hope he's a starter, but Spears
Might have been
is a good
issues
running
though.
back.
Might have been issues inside internal issues.
Yeah, coaching.
Probably.
Yeah, they did lose their offensive coordinator. Yeah, to
Huge share.
This is the second Bear signing here.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift, running back. Who they got already? Don't they have a guy? No, they don't have a guy. They got Khalil Herbert.
Only running back I remember from the Bears, Talik Cohen.
Yeah, the short one,
Short guy.
5'8" or something.
Yeah, something really. No, he's shorter than that. He was like
Oh, really?
5'6", 5'7".
Oh damn!
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
real
remember
short.
his punt return. He turned one side and then just
Yeah.
twisted around and then
Yeah.
took it to the house.
Yeah.
Good design, and I like this one, bro. Another good one. Colts are re-signing or finalizing a deal. Best wide receiver. He's a top 5 in the league, bro. I'm not joking.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good player for sure. He made a
Definitely.
lot of highlights.
Definitely just consistent throughout. And I think that was the last one. So, I
Yeah.
mean, that's a good NFL wrap up.
Good stuff. Hey, a lot of good stuff coming out of the NFL today.
A lot of good stuff coming out of the NFL today.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this is not all of it. When you see this episode,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
probably
going to
be like a lot more like,
Yeah.
you guys, you missed it. But no, we
Yeah.
did not. This is what we had right now. Like,
We're recording this episode.
if I didn't crop this picture, it would say like released less than 2 hours ago on the post here, because
Yeah.
we got all this from NFL's Instagram, so they're coming out like hot flames. Check right now to see if there's any new ones.
Let's check right quick.
You got it.
Oh, there is.
There is. All right. Oh,
That's a huge one.
that's a huge
You got
one.
a live reaction
Oh,
here,
good
guys.
thing it's-
Okay, all right. Should I just show my phone?
Yeah.
All
go
right,
for it.
guys.
All
Look at
right.
this.
Saquon Barkley is going to
Saquon Barkley
Eagles.
going to the Eagles. That is
Bro.
crazy.
First thing you just pop up.
I just pop up NFL, and that's what comes
That's
up.
the first one showing up. That's oh yeah, okay. That's cool. That's cool. We Eagles.
That's crazy.
Saquon, I thought he was going.
So they
to...
got rid of DeAndre Swift, picked up Saquon Barkley. Hey, that's a huge
Bro,
pickup,
I thought he
man.
was going to the Texans. I thought like he was like trying to sneak into the
Yeah,
Texans.
but you
there.
never know. I thought we were gonna get Justin Fields, but you know,
You might still.
might still. No.
No, you're not.
No.
But I wonder what their Bears is gonna do. They got upgraded the running backs, got a safety, right?
Yeah.
And now they're gonna get Caleb Williams. I mean, and I mean the Bears. If they play their cards right,
Could be good. Could be
Could
a
be-
contender this year.
I wouldn't say contender, but maybe.
I'm not
next year.
I'm not talking about like a Super Bowl contender. I'm talking about like a
Why would you say contender if you don't mean Super Bowl
contender for playoffs. I would say Super Bowl contender
Bro.
if I meant Super Bowl.
Bro, you're not a contender. You can't say a team is a contender if they're not a contender for the Super. That's
What's
like,
the definition of a contender?
That's the fucking.
What's the definition of a
that's the
contender?
ranking. It's like this team sucks. These teams might make playoff. These teams are the contenders.
Okay, that's just not how I look at it, but it's fine.
All right, you got drop it down in the comments who's right there, because
He's definitely probably right in the term, but in my head it's different. In my head it works in a weird way.
that's actually something I wanted to bring up with you guys. I want you guys to use the comment section a little bit
Oh,
more.
yeah, for sure.
I wanna be a little bit more involved in the future. I'm gonna use the comment section to maybe we're gonna talk about stuff that that you guys ask for, something like that. So please use the comment section on YouTube or Instagram. Sharing
Yeah.
is caring too.
Sharing is caring.
When we post something, bros, like share it, and we're trying to grow, and we're trying to grow the sport. So
Yeah.
whatever we do, try to share it with your guys, your teams, and stuff like that. And one more thing, if you're managing an Instagram for a team, and you need to post some highlights, just go on my Instagram and just find a highlight from your team and just post it. Like, just steal my content. I don't care. Just tag me, Like,
Yeah.
I do it for the team. So I want you guys to grow from whatever I'm doing, filming. And boy, this year is going to be fun.
It's gonna be a fun
A
year.
lot of games this year.
Yep.
And a lot of things to talk about too. And this next guy we're gonna have on, Leo Billgren.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to talk to him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good chat. We're gonna talk a lot about. You can go straight there. We're gonna talk a lot about like take that off.
Yeah.
We can actually look at the Swedish series. Like, 'cause look at all these teams here.
That's a lot of teams, man. It's going to be a really competitive series in Sweden this year.
Yeah, 8 teams in the top, and obviously, who are the contenders, Sigurd?
Contenders? All right, you want to see championship contenders?
Yeah.
I'd say Örebro, my former team. You know, I got to go. I can't. I won't say I got to go with them because they're my former team, but I'll say that they've been like one of the top dogs for a lot of years. Obviously, Stockholm has been the best team in Sweden for like say the last decade, like say import wise and football wise, but they came short like 2 years ago during. It was a really short season in Sweden, so it was kind of weird. But no taken away from Örebro because they played a crazy good year, had a crazy good year that season. But yeah, I'd say maybe Örebro or Stockholm are definitely one of the favorites.
Yeah, and
that's what I would say.
I would say like top 4 Örebro, Stockholm, like you said, and then I would put Tyresö, Royal Crowns, and then and Karlstad Crusaders in there too. Like this, that's my top 4 teams, and whoever win or finish first of those 4 teams, like that, I think is going to be one of those 4 teams going to all the way, and probably 2 of those teams meeting in the championship.
Yeah. That's my prediction as well. But
I hope also Vikings can surprise, man. I hope they can.
Hope so.
I hope they can
would be
surprise.
cool. Would be cool and good for sport in Norway, or
Definitely, and man, I just think they got the right coaches and the right players to really take a step up and really challenge some Swedish teams. And if you take this, Sigurd, right now, we're gonna introduce our first. Actually, this is the first coach that also Vikings is gonna meet this year.
Oh.
And they're gonna meet in Oslo at Frogner. Which day was it? Like the 5th of February? No, 5th of April. I don't remember right now.
Yeah.
I think this guy should know the schedule way better than what we do. Please welcome Leo Billgren.
Tusen tack. Oh, sorry, it's English. My bad.
Yep.
Forgot.
No problem. Hey, what's up, Leo?
Thank you very
Nice
much.
to have
It's
you on.
actually April 6th. Thank
April
you.
6th, right. Yeah, I knew it was around that. The first weekend in April, I knew. Like I said, welcome on, Leo, and we're happy to have you on.
Thank you very much. Excited to be with the show. I'm a fan.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Very good to hear.
Yeah, we love our fans and Leo, real quick, since you're a first-time guest to our show, I know you've been on different podcasts in Norway, and you're a pretty known face because you've been coached in Norway on the national team on Kristiansand Gladiators. But could you please tell a little bit about your football journey, leaving
Start of football journey and then to where you are now.
All right, okay. So we have like a 2-hour show, is what we're saying here, because it's a long
we got
journey.
time, Leo.
No. I'm gonna keep it brief. But yeah, I started back actually late 80s when I was just like 15 years old, 88, 89. Started playing when the game was super new in Sweden and we didn't know anything. And I was a big fan, so I ended up playing quarterback because I knew the most, but I didn't know nothing about playing quarterback, so it was pretty rough. Moved on to coaching, early 90s, and coached in the Stockholm area mostly for many, many years with Solna and Stu and a bunch of other teams. Coached in different Swedish national teams since, I guess, 2005 was my first year coaching the U19 for Sweden. And then moved to Tyresö and coached there from 2010 until I moved to the Glads in 2019. And was there until 22, back in Sweden with Tyresö, but still got that Norway connection with the national team, which is something I'm very passionate about. So yeah, that was super brief, but just a little FYI.
Yeah, that's a good journey, and obviously from my end, I got introduced to you when you were head coach for the Glads, and now you're actually head coaching against the Norwegian team again, and also Vikings. So you actually got maybe the best knowledge of meeting a Norwegian team than all the other Swedish coaches. And just the first question, like, how do you feel and how do you think the Norwegian team, also Vikings, is going to fare into the Swedish league and maybe compete against the best teams there?
I think it's a good challenge, probably very good decision by Oslo to move on to the Swedish league to get that next level of competition. Um, Oslo is definitely a team that can compete with the Swedish teams. I think the biggest transition for them is that every week's going to be tough. In the Norwegian league,
Yeah.
they've been pretty dominant most years, at least as far as I've seen, and the tough games have been a few each year. Now, maybe at home against one or two of the teams, they might be favorites. Other than that, they're going to be uh, a little bit maybe underdogs. So that's going to be a change for them for sure. But
Yeah.
from what I know of the Vikings, they are definitely a program that is ready to take this step.
Yeah, I believe so too. And like after dominating Norway for so long, it just feels natural to have them jumping over to fare some against some better competition. And
Yeah.
Sweden, there you go.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
so for you personally, Leo, I also got the heads up on or learned about you when you came to Christiansand, and it was also I thought it was a really cool opportunity for Christiansand. How was it? How was it for you coaching, or first off, moving from the Swedish series, coming over to Norway and coaching here?
It was first of all, it was a great time. I really loved my years that I had with the Glads. So from a personal perspective, just the way I like fit in that city and with that team, that was absolutely awesome for me. It's always going to be a big part of my football heart, so to speak.
Mm.
It was definitely maybe a step down compared to the best teams in the Super Series at that time.
Yeah.
But I also brought with me my quarterback that I had at Tyresö during a lot of junior football and also last year of senior football before he moved over. So that helped my transition. And
Mm.
we had a lot of talent on that Glads team as well. So it was not like very big step down. It was a lot of things are the same and some things were maybe a little bit different. We had lower numbers, fewer coaches. I'd say were for me the biggest transition
Yeah.
compared to what I was used to.
Yeah, you were used to delegating, and now you had to do some shit yourself.
Well, that's one way of putting it.
Yeah, right.
No, but in honesty, because that year that you guys came to Sweden, I wasn't here, so I didn't get to play the first time you guys were here. But I saw highlights from that team, and you guys really put on the show in Christiansen for the first time, in my opinion, for a couple of years, like prior.
Yeah.
So you really elevated that team. In my perspective, you really elevated that team to a new level, and they've kept improving as of now. Now if you've seen some information about the team now, they're really starting to do some work. So I think that
Oh yeah.
started with you. So I'm gonna say thank you for behalf of the Norwegian league, and thank you for the job that you did over there. But going into my
Thank you very
next
much.
question, how was it for you then going from Norway and back to Sweden?
Pretty smooth transition, I must say, because I came back to the club that I had been for like 10 years. So I knew all the guys. And also during the pandemic year when Norway was totally shut down, Sweden was
Mm.
not. So during that time, I was home and I helped out coaching in Tyresö. So still have that connection and knew the guys. And a lot of the guys that are on the team now are guys that I had as juniors a few years back. So
Oh,
it was
nice.
super easy transition. They know my system and they know me, so it was actually very smooth.
Yeah. We're since we're covering in the Swedish series a little bit this year. What can we what do you think we should learn going into covering the Swedish series? I can do this. Let's see the teams there.
Yep, I think just culturally there are a couple of differences between Norwegian Elite Series and the Swedish Super Series. I'd say the players, even though the number of players in Sweden is a little bit bigger than Norway, I think the top players are mostly like very knowledgeable about each other and know each other from playing so much national team football. So I think for me it was a bit of a culture shock coming to Norway, that there was a lot more like, almost, I don't want to say bad blood, but a little tougher talk on the field, more trash talk, a little bit more. Well, in a way, the games felt even more contested in Norway because there was like no love lost between some of the teams. I felt, to be honest.
Mhm.
Of course, there are rivalries in Sweden as well, but that is a bit of a difference. And also, I think, although that's been picking up and being better and better in Norway, I think just news about the teams gets spread a lot more. I remember
Right.
me being in Norway in 19, and we played at Oslo. And I, on the way back on the bus, I listened to the live stream from that game. And the guys commentating on the game, they had absolutely no idea that the Glads had a new coach or a new quarterback. Or
Hmm.
none of that stuff was known to them.
Yeah.
And that would never happen in the Super Series. I don't think it would happen now in Norway either, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a very good website, American Football, that covered a lot of that. And
Right?
as I started to do highlights and started to film, they kind of found less time to do what they did. So it
Gotcha.
was kind of a awkward transition because I was hoping to work a lot with them moving up, and they kind of stopped to update the team. So there
Yeah.
was like a period where we didn't know too much about the teams.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
2016, I
Right.
think it was, we knew every
Yeah.
highlight of every player, like we knew the coaches and stuff like that. So they did a really good job.
They used to be
Cool.
the number one kind of like news station for like American football in Norway, and when that kind of died down a little bit, it was kind of like a dark space here in Norway. But
Yeah,
then
it got dark quick.
it did get dark real quick.
I got
So,
you.
but hopefully, or luckily, Martin stepped up and did a good job there. I'm gonna give him that.
Oh, we're doing
So,
a good job. We're trying to pick up the slack here. We're trying to spread the word, and actually the
Doing
teams
a
are
great
doing a
job.
better job.
appreciate that.
Thanks. The teams are good, doing some of the
Yeah.
job by posting their signings and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and that I love that, and I love that teams feel like they should do that, because
Yeah.
I feel like that's it should be obligated to post when you have like an import signing and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
just
it's
make some what do you want, make some life,
yeah.
make some hype.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm,
for sure.
definitely.
Social media
Yeah,
is a. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, like social, like I'm kind of going off a Swedish topic now. Right now, I'm just trying to say real quick, like social media has become such a big part of sports, and I'm really, like you said, I'm really glad that we're now starting to do it. But in my opinion, it's a bit late. You know, we should have already
Yeah.
been there. But like you said, Sweden has been really good on that. I remember when I went over there in the Corona season, it was crazy. I was the moment I signed, I had like 2 or 3 posts that I could just post like a picture of myself signed, and it was really cool for me. Like, and I think Sweden is doing a really good job about that.
Yeah, that's cool. And Leo, we have some rumors about a national team coming up to Norway, and I think you got some. I think you were like one of the initiative takers into that process, aren't you?
That is correct. I've been fortunate enough to be the head coach of the U17 national team. Actually signed it right before Corona hit, so it took over 2 years from me signing to actually being able to coach a game for Norway. But now we've been up and running for 2 years. It's one of my favorite projects of all time. I think it's always an honor to coach a national team, and it's even a bigger thing actually for me, not being Norwegian, to get that honor to get trusted to run that program, of course, together with others, but still. So for me that was huge. And then I felt like, okay, now we're up and running, and kids 17, they're kind of graduating from the U17 national team, and they don't have anything after that. And if you've been into a national team and kind of used to that kind of environment, and then, oh, okay, it's over. I felt that was not really fair for kids, for them, even men, so to speak, to not have anything after you
Hmm.
turned 18.
Yeah.
So I talked a little bit with the federation, and they basically felt the same thing, that maybe now is the time to see if we can get something up and running. And a senior national team, of course, you can go from 18, so that will kind of be that bridge the next step from U17. So we had a poll out and checked the interest basically amongst the Norwegian players, and got great feedback. Like 150 people answered, and most of them answered within like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And everybody that answered the poll wanted to be a part of it. I'd say about 140 said, I want to be at camp this year. And like 10 said, I can't make it to camp, but I want to be there in the future. So for us, that was like, okay, there's a hunger for this out there. So let's start the process and see. I mean, we're not going to take on more than we can chew off. So we're going to start off this year with a camp in August and evaluate both like staff and organization and players and everything, and get everybody up to speed what it would take to take that next step. And if people are willing to do that, then 2025 we're looking to have 2 camps plus a game, a friendly against an opponent somewhere geographically suitable, like Denmark or Holland maybe, or Belgium, something like that. That is pretty much on our level, we would think, and also not a huge travel for the team that would be visiting. And then if that goes well and people are still on board, then apply to play on the European circuit, European Championship circuit that starts in 2026, if everything goes well.
That would be awesome.
That's a cool journey to that point, and we hope the process really goes the way you guys plan it. And just a follow-up question, like the first camps is probably going to be like free for all, everybody can join if they want, and then the next camps is going to be invites, or can everybody join the further camps too?
Yeah, so the camp this year is going to be mid-August, and it's an open invite. So everybody that is a licensed player, so to speak, either in Norway or playing somewhere else in Europe or college or whatever, is welcome to join. And then we'll evaluate, and then will be a budget thing. How many can we have at camp in 2025? Spring camp, we're looking at probably 88 as of right now, so it would be invite, but also if you're not at the camp this year, but you still want to be a part of the process, you can send in film and still be part of it. So it's not like you have to be at that camp this year to be in the running.
Yeah.
But
Is it?
we're hoping for like 120 players this summer, and then maybe go 88. So we're like 4 deep basically for the first camp of 2025.
Yeah. Is there going to be like a full follow-up with the weightlifting plan and everything? And do you have any decision on who's going to be the coaches yet?
We're not going to set a staff as of right now, but we're going to have a staff camp. Oh, sorry, a camp staff. Sorry. So for 2024, whoever is in that camp is not by definition a coach moving forward for the national team. It's a startup. So some coaches that I've been talking to might not be able to do it this year because they have an engagement with the U17 national team or other things that might be in the way, but still are interested for us moving forward. So there will be some carryover from 2024 moving forward, but we will announce who will be on the staff, I'd say mid-May, and then there will be changes before 2025.
That's cool. I'm super hyped.
Yeah, man. I like me, for like on a personal level, it's been for me and the age group around me, like say 99 and 97, like 1999, 97.
Yeah, you guys got something to prove.
No, we've been left out, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We've been left out, you know. We for like when you guys had senior national team way back
2016.
Yeah, and I was actually at that
15
camp
was the last year.
Okay, yeah,
All right.
that's the year that you played Russia, right? Or am I wrong? Yeah,
Correct.
so like that year I was 16 years old. I went to one of the camps. Like we got to come there for fun, but we were 16 years old. We're not gonna be on that team.
Yeah, right.
But and then there was like a huge break with no national team, and then you guys started with the youth. Yeah, youth stuff. Awesome stuff though. Like created a lot of good talents here in Norway.
Yeah.
But in like that time period where it was like a black like zone with nothing happening. That was exactly my zone. So I was unfortunate. I've never worn my country. Yeah, I've never worn my country's flag on my chest, and that that's something that we all in my age group would love to do. So it's a really cool opportunity now to bring up the senior team.
And that's what we're hoping to create something that will make players like age 22 to 30 have something to shoot for and something to prolong your career. Like, okay, it's not over for me when I'm 25 and I've played in the elite series for a couple of years. I feel kind of full with that stuff. There's that next level is something we really want to shoot for. And for me, it's just a matter of like getting the message out and also just putting a super good product for the players showing up to camp. Organization must be the first class, coaching, all that planning stuff that we can control. That's on my shoulders, of course, and I'm working really hard to get that in place. And of course, we got our manager and our federation contact that are absolutely awesome to work with on that. We want to get a shout out to those guys.
Yeah. We had a question coming in last episode where the question was, who should be the coaches and should it be a Norwegian or an international guy? And we had like a discussion on it. It got removed from the podcast because it was a corrupt file right there. But yeah, I know. And but I thought the head coach should be a Norwegian guy, and then the position coaches, the coordinators and stuff like that can be like the best we got, the American guys we got in Norway, the core guys. And you thought like the American guy should be a head coach, and then the
not American or preferably American, yeah.
Preferably, but international head coach, and then position guys should be like more Norwegian.
Yes.
But you feel like head coach, American or international to set the tone.
Yeah.
I was like Norwegian head coach just because we are in Norway.
It doesn't really
Norway.
have to be my argument there was it doesn't really have to be an American. I obviously would prefer an American that's like a long resume of American like experience, but it would have to be like someone that's like been through like a lot, like has Leo, like Leo, but like has like a fat resume, you know what I mean? Like someone that could really put down the.
He's been on the national team since was it 20 years. He got 20 years.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he's a bad option. In my opinion, here he would be the good option. In your opinion, he's the bad option because he's not Norwegian. No, you understand?
He's a great coordinator. He's a great coordinator.
Yeah, but that sucks that was not in the episode though, because that was a fun argument.
Yeah, but I wanted to just ask you the same. What's your point of view? Obviously, you said it was a great honor to even be an international head coach as a non-Norwegian guy. And what do you think we should do for a Norwegian team, senior team?
Well, it's a tough question for me to answer since I'm
put you on the spot.
Part of it. But I mean, like it or not, I think as of right now, you'll be stuck with me for a little while here at the head coach position because, of course, I hope to get to stay on. Yeah. I feel like we have a nice program, and with me on both the national teams, but with different staffs under me, so to speak, there's a great carryover from that program up to senior. And like you said, experience-wise, at least, I don't want to like be my own PR consultant here, but I've actually coached more national team games than Norway as a country has played in history, all levels.
There we go,
which
Leo.
is crazy.
That is crazy.
I think I coached 45 games for national team football.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, and you definitely got an explosive offensive mind. So just kudos to you for that achievement. That's pretty cool. More national team as a coach than we has as a nation. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We still beat Sweden in cross country skiing, though. Just so you know.
Oh, absolutely, and you won. There was two Norwegian kids winning the Melodifestivalen to be in European song competition for Sweden. So
there we go.
They won this weekend. So Norway is taking over, man.
Norway's taking over.
We got the fastest guy on doing hurdles too, you know.
Oh yeah.
There you go. But yeah, that congrats to you for or like you said, you're looking to be the head coach, and
Yeah.
I like that because I like when the head coach is also involved in the managing role. Like it's not you're not just there just to coach, you're there also to take care of put the pieces together, and it gives you
Right.
like a ownership of the program, and gives you a little bit more proud, and makes you put that little bit of more effort into the program. So I like that.
Yeah. I like
Most
what. Oh,
definitely.
sorry. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that some people over here in Sweden ask me, but hey, if they were to ask you about coach the Swedish national team, would you do it? And I would say there's no way I would pick it over coaching Norway
Hmm.
for many reasons. But one of the biggest is I just feel like our process and the people I work with in the Norwegian Federation, they're so professional. I mean, we do a morning meeting every other week, year round, only talking national team and player development with the Federation, Jürgen Benestad, and our manager, Øyvind Jensen. And we have that meeting every other week, and we go through stuff and we plan. We're that part, the stuff again that we can control, is very well run, and it is not the same way in Sweden and a lot of other countries. So for me,
Yeah.
it's the perfect setup.
Yeah. This year you can scout on the practices, and if they're wearing a Ballers of the Week T-shirt, you know they're legit.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't
Oh
know if you've
yeah,
heard, but we're giving out T-shirts this year for everyone that wins the segment that we have called Three Ballers.
Three
So it's gonna be,
Ballers, and
yeah.
every you know you're a fan, like you said, like we like to promote the players' skills,
Yeah.
and we know that Norway got some talent, and I'm super excited to see them
oh yeah.
mesh together in the national team with some good base, like you said, a good foundation. That's the most important. We said it. We talked about it. Like I hope that's what they're gonna do with the national team is like build the base first, get the brick, lay the stones first, and then like start
Hmm.
scouting, go like the combines, not combines,
Yeah.
but the camps, and just build it the right way, and not just throw something together the year before and
Definitely
hope.
behind it. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely work in that direction.
So to follow up something you said earlier about like when you transitioned into Norway, you felt like it will cause kind of like a hostile environment, like between teams. How do you think that's going to fare
Yep.
now into the national team when everyone's being brought together, who's just trash talking each other during the season?
Yeah,
It's going
but
to be fun.
it's really hard to hate on somebody that you're playing with. So I
Hmm.
think maybe there'll be some tension in some position groups to start off, but that usually wears off really fast. I've been, especially when you talk about like U19 national team, those players usually don't know each other as well as seniors that have been around longer.
Yeah, yeah,
And I've seen so many times guys in the same position group like, oh, I hate that guy, and like 2 days later they're best friends. So
yeah.
not worried about that part, but
No,
of
Yeah,
course something that you should take like under consideration.
yeah. They
yeah,
say the two feelings that's the closest together is love and hate, so that
yeah.
makes sense, right?
Right.
And
True.
Yep. Yes, sir.
before I think we covered the national team pretty well there.
Yeah,
And I just wanted to cover one last thing because we talk about youth development and stuff like that,
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
definitely the right guy to talk about because you're actually running your own camps, like doing youth development, right? Spread and shed.
Yep. That is correct. And also, I do a lot of like private coaching, like one-on-one or two-on-one with especially quarterbacks here in
Mm.
Sweden, Stockholm area, primarily with, I don't know. Last year I had, let's say, was it 12 or 14 quarterbacks that
Mm.
came to me and did private workouts. Some like almost every week, and sometimes, well, if they live further away from me, maybe a bit more spotty, but still continuously working. And also in the summer, we do a camp, our passing game camp. It's going to be like the fifth annual, I believe, this year. So, yeah,
Yeah,
like
and
my
these
thing.
camps is not just quarterback, right? It's wide receiver, DB, running back,
Linebacker, too, yeah. Everything
linebacker
but
too.
linemen,
Nice.
usually.
Yeah, so you can run like a
Yeah,
good 7-on-7. That's like the base of the camp.
exactly. We usually wrap up with the competition phase where quarterbacks get to go through entire drives with our camp playbook, and work on reads and footwork and mechanics and all that stuff. So kind of put together at that last practice.
Wow.
It's been a huge success for us so far, and a lot of the kids coming up playing national team are kids that I've had in that system before, so it's fun.
Right. And you got any spot left for this summer?
Oh yeah, definitely. Not so many quarterback spots, but for receiver and DB and all that stuff, there's still plenty to go. Few quarterback spots still available. I've had last year. I had, I think, 6 or 7 Norwegian kids coming over to my camp in Stockholm, and the year before also like 5 or so. So it's been fun to have those guys come over and compete with the Swedish kids at the same age group, and done very well. The defensive MVP both years were Norwegian, for instance, both of the last 2 years.
Makes sense.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just making fun here, but obviously, if you're a kid and you want to aspire, you want to be great, and you want a camp that's not too far, Sweden, really close, and you can talk your own language and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Check out Leo's Spread and Shed, and like you said, you get some more spots open for this summer, so it's a chance if you want to get better.
Yeah.
And
Can I just, my question back to you guys would be, since we talked a little bit Super Series as well, what is the, so to speak, talk on the town in Norway, considering Oslo's chances in the Super Series? Is there any thoughts out there how they will do?
And like people I talk to, there's a lot of different opinions about that. You know, some are happy about it, some are not happy about it, like about them leaving, and then some are also like just doesn't think that they're gonna do anything in the Sweden series, and then some are thinking, like some are thinking they're gonna do good. So, me personally, I think they're gonna have a challenging year, and I think that their coaching staff is gonna be probably the most important thing during their season, because how they adjust to how they coach versus a like okay, I'll say right now, Norway and Sweden are way different. I've played in both. It's different, like the playing wise. It's faster. There's a lot of guys that have aspirations of going to college and will go to college. Like in comparison to Norway, there's way fewer.
Or been in college.
Or been in college, you know, and the import rules are different over there. So it's a tougher game, a way tougher game. So I think the coaching staff is going to be the biggest, in my opinion. It's going to be the biggest.
Different maker.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest different makers.
Yeah, I think as long as they finish in top 5, I think that's going to be a success.
Yeah. Obviously, they have their eyes set longer or higher than that, but I think if they look at it from outside of the box, it's a good finish spot for them this year.
I think they're going to crush the Royal Crowns now, coming up 4th of April.
I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. I'll say that.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be the first time me going to Oslo to play the Vikings and not being like a super underdog. So that'll be a new experience for me at least.
Yeah.
And I think you guys are spot on with the coaching and all that. I think overall line play and depth, those two things will be huge. If Oslo can be okay on those two parts, they'll do fine in that league. That's usually a big difference.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and I think that's also going to be one of their strengths into this year. Maybe not the line, but say depth in general, because them moving up to the Swedish series has put so much, hype around them. So a lot of Norwegian players are like, oh, I can take a next step and play in Sweden here for basically just by joining the next door neighbor team, So a lot of people jump to that boat and are trying to make a name for themselves, and I think that the depth chart is looking pretty good for them.
And we can't forget they also have their own farmer team in their Division 2 team, so they got another team they can just pick and choose from the talents if they need. So
I think depth is something that's strong for them this year.
Yeah, definitely.
That bodes good for them, and also they have now an import quarterback that looks interesting. That's also pretty tough to play in the Super Series without an established either great national quarterback, like a national team starter, or an import.
I mean, if you look at last year, they did decent. They didn't win, but they did decent against. I think they met the Black Knights at Frogner.
Yeah.
with the Norwegian quarterback. So
Yeah, but he was kind of like established as their quarterback. He's been in that system for like a good while.
you know him,
Yeah,
Jesper Jonsson.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, you
Good
coached
guy.
him.
yeah. He did it. I
Sure
think he
did.
did. I think he did a good job. I played against. He had some really good balls. Like
Athlete.
as an athlete, and he could also like take off. Or he didn't have the craziest speed or juke moves,
Yeah.
but he could take off if he needed to. So
Oh, yeah.
so and also say that there was one pass that was surprised me by him because one of the big differences like for me playing DB and one it was that when I went. I'm sorry, I can hear my own voice, so it's kind of weird. But when I was playing in Norway in 2019 before I moved to Sweden, the balls were not as like I never saw a floater from a quarterback, like you know what I mean, like in Norway.
Right.
And then when I moved to Sweden, I was just like putting myself where I knew the ball was going to come from my Norwegian experience, and the ball was just going to be too high for me. And in the one
Right.
instance in the championship game with Jesper, he actually put like a crazy good floater on me, and I was like, wow, that was a good ball. So yeah, that's a huge difference, like being able to throw at different styles, and that's something you don't see in Norway, to be honest. So
Very cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you guys, maybe I should tell you this just for fun, talking about Norwegian quarterbacks and also national team. I have my hopes up because I've found a Norwegian kid playing as a starter for a high school in Florida.
oh, Norwegian kid.
Yes, I follow like millions of accounts regarding quarterbacks on Twitter, of course. Surprise, surprise. And I just happened to see a retweet, and the kid's name was Super Norwegian. So I just DM'd him like, "Hey man, are you by any chance Norwegian?" And he's like, "Yeah, my parents are, but I've never lived there, but I do have a Norwegian passport."
Oh, you're thinking
Wow.
national team coach.
Oh, hey, that's recruiting on the next level right there. I like
Yes,
that.
sir.
I
National
really
team
like
coach.
that.
So,
Here we
so
go.
he's a starter now down in Florida for a pretty decent team. He's got some interest from college teams and stuff. He's 18. And that's a kid I'm looking to get into the
That would be
national
crazy.
team
You
for
remember his
sure.
name?
His name is Björn Jorgensen.
Oh, that's Norwegian. That's
Yeah,
very
that's a-
Norwegian.
Oh
Real
yeah, no,
Norwegian
it's
name.
confirmed. He said, "I'm into it, coach, but you have to do it in English because I can't speak a single word of Norwegian." And I was like, "Okay,
right.
that's fine."
He'll have to learn. He'll learn during camp if
Yeah.
he ever comes over.
Definitely.
Thank
Oh, yeah.
you a lot for this chat, Leo, and hope to talk to you soon. We might call at you if we need some more Super Saiyan
More intel.
insight here, because
Yeah.
like we said before, we're excited to talk about it, but we
Yeah.
don't really know the history and
Yeah.
and the players and the coaches and all the history and like all the connections there. We don't know.
Right. Yeah, I'll be happy to be your bridge between Norway and Sweden in that
Nice.
regard. So anytime, guys, just hit me up.
All right, thanks,
Nice.
thanks,
Thank you
coach.
so much, man.
Thanks, guys.
Good chat, man. And Leo Billgren there, head coach for Tyresö Royal Crowns,
Yeah.
and it's just a fun talk, right?
Yeah, it was a good talk. They got a lot of information in there.
We did a good long chat too. I think we went on for like 40 minutes ish. Like that's good. That's what we want, right?
Yeah.
And
As we said, guys, these episodes just keep getting longer.
yeah.
If you want to short them down, let us know.
It might be like if you watch on YouTube, it might be like, oh, this is too long. I can't watch
Yeah.
for that long.
Yeah.
Luckily, YouTube says where you at, right? So you can go in later.
Yeah.
But on Spotify, I wouldn't mind a longer episode because you
when
can just
listen
plug
to
them
it at
in.
work. Like
Yeah.
if you're doing work that allows
Driving
you
a long ride, you can
Yeah.
just listen to it. And so I hope you guys are enjoying what we put out. And if not, we're gonna stop. So
Yeah.
it's that easy.
that easy.
And if you want to
That easy.
and if you want to support us, we got the Patreon.com.
Little shameless plug right there.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah.
And like I said before, for every 10 people that support us on Patreon.com, we're gonna give away 500 NOK.
Yeah.
And in a gift card, and that's the money we get from you guys. We're
From
gonna
the
just
Patreon.
put it back into a gift card and give it back to you guys. So
Yeah.
join the Patreon if you wanna join that competition. We are at 9 right now, so one more Patreon, and
One
we're
more.
at 10. We're gonna
One
give
more.
away a gift card.
All right. Can you give me some other water?
Yeah, and some other shit we can talk about. Sponsor Contact Sports.
Contact Sports.
Ballers 10.
Yeah, we already talked about it. though.
Yeah, but if you want to buy shit, swag, equipment, safety,
Yes.
Ballers 10, man. Use
Ballers
it.
10.
Use it.
It's a free way to save some money, guys. So.
This next that we got going on, he's a big guest. He's been in the NFL.
NFL player.
In the Vikings. He went to the Canadian League of Football, and then he went to Barcelona to do some coaching. And then
Did you say everything like that? You say it wrong.
Barcelona.
No. That's fine. But I'm just saying, like you said, you used to call ELF, you used to call it EFL, and now you're calling the Canadian League of Football.
All right.
So now you're switching it up. It's
shit.
still the CFL, and then there's the ELF.
Yeah, Canadian Football League. There we go. Thanks, Sigurd.
There you go.
Yeah. ELF, that messed me up.
Dude, it was weird.
Yeah. And why not just
EFL?
EFL. Yeah, ELF, yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's move on. And this dude, he then, after being in Barcelona, he started to coach for the NFL Academy. And we were just gonna watch a small movie we got from his Instagram.
Didn't we already watch it?
Yeah, but we didn't show them.
Oh yeah.
And just to give you guys an idea what the NFL Academy is before we head into his chat. All right.
Come to the NFL Academy for a reason.
This is the UK-based player development program for student athletes. It's like football Hogwarts. It's incredible.
You want to be here to play the best, become the best, and realize your future. There's only one NFL Academy in the world, and you want to be in the best position to go play college ball in the U.S. This is the place. Students have been here and done it, and are living that dream. Our academy is built on the strength of the NFL Shield. Every star on that shield represents excellence, integrity, preparation, and yes, performance at the highest level. When you wear the shield, you're standing Jets, Notre Dame, and the University of North Carolina. He is here to win.
We need to see who's smart, who's fast, who can do this fundamentally well, who will do whatever it takes to win and leave no doubt. And when we find those players, we'll have success.
This is the place where you can represent your family, your town, your country at the highest level. It ain't easy, and it's not for everyone. But if you're willing to commit, we will turn you into a winner.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Ain't nobody got it better than us.
That's hype.
That's hype.
That's hype. Look at this last part.
With that said and done,
This is the goal.
I'm going to be committing to.
I'm announcing that I officially commit to.
I would like to say that I'm committing to.
Can't wait to announce to the world where I'll be going to.
Temple University.
Georgia Tech University.
Northwestern University. University of Tennessee.
That's super cool, and just the way that this NFL Academy just brings European players a scholarship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just super excited to talk to this guy, and we're not gonna hold him off any longer actually. So please welcome our first time ever we got a previous NFL player on. Welcome Chase Baker. Here we go.
How's it going, guys? I appreciate you having me join.
We're good. We're happy to have you on. And just to start, let's present you a little bit. What can you tell us about your football journey and what brings you to the point you are today?
Yeah, man, that's a long story, but yeah, we can jump into it a little bit. So born and raised in Northern California, and played high school ball at Rockland High School. Had a really good junior year, and kind of my recruiting picked up. Some things happened. Never played my senior year, but ended up going to Boise. So I got a chance to go play at Boise State on the Blue in Boise, Idaho, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made, man. So spent 4.5 years out there. Loved my time. And then had some injury issues and went undrafted. But ended up landing with the Minnesota Vikings, stuck around for a year on the practice squad. And then the next year I made the 53-man roster, got a little bit of game time, And then going into my third year, I ended up getting hurt and kind of put it into the career. And so that was the end of my playing days. But immediately jumped into scouting, was coaching back at my high school, and just was always got drawn back into the game, man, in one way or the other, whether it was scouting, doing the business side of things, coaching. And but yeah, no, so obviously coaching kind of took off. And then a couple years back, me and my wife were talking, and we were just excited about the opportunity to go overseas. And when an opportunity to join the Barcelona Dragons arose, we jumped on it. It just seemed like a really cool opportunity, a journey over here in Europe. And so we jumped on that. And yeah, so 2 years with the Dragons, and that led me to here, man. And so obviously loved the Europe feel, loved, and with the Dragons, I saw that there was a need to help those kids get scholarships, the younger ages. And so kind of pushed my way into the NFL Academy and was really happy to be given an opportunity to coach here. And so here we are.
Yeah, that's really cool. We just watched the clip that you posted. That was like what is the NFL Academy? It was like a really nice cut video edit and presented some guys that got some colleges and stuff like that. Because that's what you do, right? You collect the best talent we have in Europe, and you kind of give them a better platform to showcase their talent, and then hopefully that leads into a scholarship in America, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's 100% what we do. We want to take the guys, and obviously there's a physical and a genetic aspect of it, but we want guys that have the ability to go over to the U.S. and play. And it's just tough with the system that's in Europe. For in the U.S., everything's connected to school. So as they're going to school, they're also playing in high school, and there just isn't that connection between athletic and academics. And so we wanted to create that. And so we try and create a model. And Coach Steve Hagan has done a great job modeling it after any big time college program. So these kids are lifting every day. They're going to classes. We're in the film room. We go to practice. So today we had 2 film sessions before and after practice. And man, so we're getting them academically ready, and then we're preparing their bodies physically with great strength conditioning, and then we're teaching them the game, man. We're showing them how to process it, and we're trying to guide them on this path and give them the best opportunity they can to earn a scholarship, and have a team pull the trigger and say that they're worth it because they're fighting with everybody in the U.S. So we're trying to level that playing field and help them catch up and develop them as quickly as we can.
Yeah, that's great, and I love that. I don't think you're the only academy existing in Europe, but I love that we have a few of them, because football in Europe is like, oh, what is this sport? Oh, I like that. Okay, let's go to some few practices. Okay, this is cool. I'm gonna start to play, and then boom, you're on the field. You know nothing, but you just got to do it, And it's nice to have like an academy that really covers the aspect of it that you have in America, where school and football goes hand in hand, and makes football a daytime routine. Like puts it. You got to do the work from early morning to late night if you want to be the best. And as a guy that played in Norway, football is a hobby. Like for most of the guys, and you can't really. Some people are really talented. Like we got some talent, but no, not the platform or the playing field to elevate the talent to the next level.
No, 100%. And we hope this continues to grow. And we've seen there's talent in Norway. Obviously, we've taken guys before. Now we're going to have our incoming guy, our guy Tobias. So here. But no, absolutely. And I think part of that is turning that hobby and that passion into something that they, creating those pathways that they can take to continue playing at higher and higher levels if they choose to do so. And what's really cool is, even though it's not connected in the academics right now, the guys we're looking at, that they have that passion, they have that drive because they've had to go out of their way to play the game. So, there's that love and that drive.
Exactly.
That you might not always get in the U.S., but it's very cool to see, and I think Norway is going to continue to climb, and we hope we can assist you guys and be there to help make that happen.
Yeah. So like going into that, like for an athlete, how would you say, like for you guys to pick them up, how would you say is their journey has to be? How is that an opportunity? Or is there an opportunity for them to go to the NFL Academy?
Yeah, I think there's a number of different ways. But if the most ideal way is to get involved with their local teams, right? So when we go through this, we're on huddle and we're looking for guys that have huddle and that already has film and
Mhm.
they can show us them on the field, understanding the game, being able to process the game, and then obviously there's the physical, being able to dominate whatever position they're in. So I think having them already involved with those local teams is huge. Making sure that they're in the weight room, that they're doing things to train to be great athletes. That's awesome. But ideally, we're looking now. So if you're 14 and 15 years old, we're hoping that they're in their youth local programs. And then we're trying to bring them in at about 16. We're looking to get them started on their journey here with the academy at 16 so they can go 16, 17, 18. And we have them for 3 years. Obviously, that doesn't always happen. Some guys don't find the game till later in life. Sometimes they're 17, 18 years old. And so, we have a max. We're not allowed to play against some of the U.S. teams with older guys older than 19 by a certain date. So it just makes our recruiting different. But yeah, man, if they're learning and loving the game from about 12, 13, 14, 15, and then we're looking to bring them in once they hit 16, and hopefully they understand the game, and we're just going to continue to ramp them up in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, so that's really awesome. Like, I think that what you just said is like kind of giving kids a drive to, try and compete more and find opportunity to show you guys their talents so they can get picked up. But if I could say this, how would you say that, like, because you get a lot of the top talents around in Europe, you get a lot of kids playing for the NFL Academy. How would you say the NFL Academy would fare to, let's say, a high school over in the U.S.?
Yeah, no, I think we would fare pretty well, honestly. I think aside from some of those top two or three, even then, I think we're gonna give anybody a run for their money. But no, when you get 12 out of your 19 guys that are eligible to go to college, and you send them to NCAA schools, I think that's pretty cool. And so within that, I think we compete with just about any high school. So I think we're up there, man. I think with our facilities, the coaches, we have a lot of resources at our disposal, and obviously with the NFL Network, it just we're going to compare really well.
That's really good news, and I don't doubt it because you're definitely on top out here in Europe, and if there's someone that's going to be on top in Europe, we would like those guys to be competing at the highest level with the American kids. So yeah,
Definitely one of the top dogs in Europe, NFL academies. And just to ask about our Norwegian reference there, Tobias Gadeberg. How did you get his notice, and how did he end up in NFL academy?
Tobias, he was honestly one of the first guys that I noticed when I got here. I've only been here for about 6 months, and when I got here, I was originally linebackers coach. But obviously, with my background in D-line, as I was going through, I was watching some of the Nordic film, and he just kept jumping off the tape, man. He was making TFL after sack after TFL, just always in the backfield, being disruptive. And Tobias just kept jumping out. And so I handed that film over to the D-line coach at the time and our DC, and they liked him. And we just continue to stay in touch. And I just continued to see, where his mindset was, if there was an interest here. And him and his dad came out and got a visit, and I got to work him out one-on-one. And I'm telling you, just the explosiveness that he showed and his knowledge of the position just really stood out. So it was kind of a no-brainer. We wanted him here, and so he's just a great player.
Yeah, he definitely stood out in Norway too, and going in, yeah, it will be great to see how he will grow going against some of the more talented O linemen, because he when I realized how young he was on the national team, like he was one of the youngest guy on the team, and he was just crushing all the everybody they put in front of him. He was just dominating. It was just a fun guy to watch, and I'm excited for his future for sure. Definitely a talent that could transfer into a good, decent NFL college program.
Yeah, we'll take it one step at a time, and we'll get him to college for sure.
I'm thinking NFL here.
we want a Norwegian guy in the NFL. That's not a kicker,
man. It's gonna. It's not a kicker. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. We'll keep rolling these, and it very well could be Tobias. He has the drive. He has the discipline. already at this young age. He knows what he wants, and he's doing the right things to get it right. He's working out well, and so once we get him here, like we said, we just want that trajectory, and I have no reason to believe that he won't be on it. And so yeah, we'll get him out here dominating these guys, and then get him to the U.S. on some of those tours and show that he can dominate anywhere. And so once that happens, the offers should come in, and that's obviously the goal is to get him a great education and give him that platform to go on and make it to the NFL, because a lot of these European guys that come in, that's straight up what they say day one is what their goal is. And so we try and round that out and help them become better men and get them the education they need. But ultimately they're pretty honest and straightforward. They want to make it to the NFL, so we want to help on that journey.
Yeah, he's our hope for like our answer for Björn Werner from Germany.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, right. Just to transfer a little bit back to the NFL, like
Yeah.
playing for the Vikings and against like the top of the top, like you've been at the top and you know what takes to get there, and it's awesome that you can be like a guy to get the people from Europe to transfer to America, and you probably got some contacts over there too. And can I just ask you, who was the toughest opponent or guy you had to go against in practice or game?
Yeah, so I got a chance to play against him in college and in the pros a little bit, but I would say Mike Iupati, he played at Idaho, so he played for our rival school, and he was just a dominant, big, very powerful O-lineman, and and he went and got drafted really high with the 49ers, had a great career, but yeah, I would say he was probably one of the best players I ever went against.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And how was it for you to like be undrafted and come into an NFL team? Was it like a big shock to you? Like everybody in the NFL has been the top dog in all their like high school, college. They've been one of the best in each of their teams. And when you go into the NFL as undrafted, everybody's like, they don't really, as an undrafted, they don't really have the expectations
that
you're
like an underdog.
Kind of an underdog, right? What was it like for you to come in as an underdog and be like shocked by the talent that's in the NFL?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a different speed, and obviously, every step you take, the guys get bigger, faster, stronger, and so that was definitely a shock to me, is just seeing how big, strong, fast, violent those guys were. Um, I wasn't terribly undersized, but I felt a little undersized at that nose position. But I just wanted to hang in there. I wanted to do my best. I had a lot of injuries before even having the opportunity to go to the NFL, so I was just grateful that somebody took that risk. And like I said, just I got that practice squad and catch up to the speed, and then was able to make the squad the next year. But no doubt, it's every level you take, every time you step up, it's just, it amazes you that you can get faster and bigger, faster, and the players get so much bigger and more dominant. But you can ask Tobias about it today, because he got out there. So you guys ask Tobias how it looks coming out here with some of these players and some of these best players around Europe, and then we're just going to continue to let him take those steps, and he'll discover it as well. But no, it was just I was just very grateful for the opportunity, and my goal was always to do my job. Whatever they asked for me, I was going to do it and try and do it to the best of my abilities, and it worked out really well for me. And I have no regrets about how everything went down. I would have loved to play longer, but the nature of the beast within the game, injuries, everybody's coming for your job, and so just a great experience overall.
Yeah, I personally can't compare, because I've never been as high as the NFL, but injuries I can compare a little bit. I've had four knee surgeries, so I know the injuries suck. But you definitely didn't have a bad career, man. You weren't just an in and out guy. You stayed there for you had 2 years there, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, 2 years, two true years.
Yeah. And that's a hell of a accomplishment, like they say, like you learn like how small of a percentage of guys go from college and into the NFL, and even smaller how those guys are getting to stay there for multiple years, and you obviously did a great job because you got to stay there for 2 years. So that's
made a roster.
Yeah, made a roster. So that's awesome. That's really cool, and I'm really thankful to get the chance to speak to you, man. It's an honor. You did a great job. But hey,
Well,
I
I
wanted to go.
appreciate you guys,
Sorry.
man. Oh, I was just saying I appreciate that, and definitely look back on that fondly, and I'm glad everybody respects it. And yeah, now it's just my turn to help the guys, and like you said, guide them and hopefully help them get that opportunity as well. So I'm very, very excited for the position I'm in, and happy that I've been welcomed here at the academy.
Yeah,
Skål.
so let's go.
Skål.
The bikes. Here you go.
Hey, skål.
You know that means cheers in Norwegian, right?
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
say skål,
No,
There you go.
and we cheer.
let's go.
But hey, I wanted to ask you
Got my
because you
Viking
coached for.
stuff.
I'm sorry. I didn't keep interrupting you. It's a little bit delay.
I know there's a delay. You don't have to worry about it. I'm just saying I love Norwegian background, man. I love the Norse mythology. So it's pretty cool how I was able to play with the Vikings, and now where I'm out here, and spent some time in Finland, and got Norway players, and so I just love that I'm around that Norse kind of theme. It's really cool.
That's awesome. So you've coached. I wanted to kind of take it to a little bit different space. I have a question for you because you coached over there in Barcelona. And this year we actually have a player that played D-line for Barcelona. He's coming over here and playing for Christiansen this year. A guy called Darius Slade. Do you have any history with him?
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, no, we got Darius from the U.S. Obviously, he was our import last year. And did a great job. He's just a big physical. He's quick off the line. He's going to give you, whatever you ask him to do, he's going to be able to do it. So that's really cool. I didn't know he'd signed with you. That's going to be fun, man. That's really cool.
It's going to be an exciting time for sure, and I think he's going to have a blast here, to say the least. So
we were pondering like Ohio State, Florida State, and we were like, has there any time been a player with those like two big colleges coming to Norway? We don't know, but it seems like a big guy. Like
yeah, it looks like a big guy too. So it's gonna be difficult for the whole line here in Norway.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be an intimidating guy when he walks up. He's not small, and he's not slow, and he's not weak, and so he's gonna give all those guys a run for their money out there. That'll be fun to watch.
No doubt.
Anything you would
like to add?
You want to add to our conversation?
Nah, if I'm going to add anything, man, I'm going to just say, keep all the young guys keep getting into it. Find the local team, find somebody that's playing already, and just see if you enjoy it, man. Go run routes, go play D-line, go play whatever catches your eye. Find something that you enjoy, because there's a place in this game for everybody, whether you're short, whether you're small, whether you're big and fat, whatever you are, there's somewhere you can play, and you can succeed in this game. And so I just encourage everybody to jump into this game, and if you're really good, we're going to find you. So that's what I'll say, and I'll leave you with that.
Nice one.
That's awesome. Been awesome talking to you, Chase, and looking forward to see the development of Tobias, and it's gonna be good, man. We're big fans of the NFL Academy.
I appreciate you guys. No, thank you so much.
Hopefully,
Tobias is gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah, hopefully we can get to talk another time. Maybe say like if Tobias has a
on his draft day.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, we're coming back. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Tobias is draft day. We're gonna talk again. Let's do it.
All right.
We're gonna have a live reaction.
We'll bring you out here.
Or when he gets his deal, when he leaves, we can just follow him along on his journey. But yeah, no, happy to jump on again with you guys. Anytime, man. You guys just let me know. I'll be there.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, Chase.
Hey, thank you guys. Take care.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's a good interview, man.
Good interview. A little choppy. We had I'm gonna cut it away though, but we had my recording unit. I didn't plug it with the battery, so it started to scream for power.
Yes.
And it was too late. It went dark.
It went dark.
So
we got back.
Yeah,
we got.
Luckily, Chase was a dog. He let us backtrack what we lost of footage and follow up, ask some of the questions. You don't know which one, but we asked 2 times and he answered them 2 times.
Yeah.
So, what a dog, man! I love that guy.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, he was a nice dude, man. He was a nice dude all in all. He gave a lot of cool information and provided all the youth players around there a way to find your way into the NFL Academy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for you, like, just to have the what can I say? Like, just to have the platform in Europe, like a place that if you're a good enough youth player, they are looking for you. Like the Nordics. That's what he said. He was watching the tape from the Nordics, and he was like, "This guy, we got to get this guy on our squad." And
so take every opportunity that you can get, and
don't be afraid to ball out.
Don't be afraid to ball out, dude. That's a perfect transition
right.
Come on.
Right. Because that's what we are about to do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for a good show, Sigurd.
Thank you for a good episode.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. You know what the time is?
You know what time it is?
You know what time it is?
All right, guys.
Let's end with that. Ball out.
Wait, before you ball out, remember to share our content, man. That's how we grow. We need you guys. We need some sharing is caring mentality going forward.
And because you guys have done such a good job in sharing, sorry for interrupting you, but because you guys have been doing such a good job, we've had a lot of opportunities. Like, say today we had Chase Baker, a former NFL player, on the podcast, and that's because you guys have been sharing and doing your thing, your end. So keep
the
doing
rumors
that.
is we're gonna have a Roger Goodell going on next episode. No?
Yeah, 100%.
It's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed yet.
Don't take our word for that.
So we'll see what happens with that. I think we got Peyton Manning too.
Yeah.
So that's
we have to decide on one of those, but they both want to be here.
They just basically have to answer our email, I think.
No, we have to answer their email.
That's how it is. All right. I think I would be pretty quick answering a Peyton Manning email. Colts fan here. I'm like,
Peyton. Oh, hello. All right.
Manning.
All right. Well, with that, you can go.
We do it again.
I'll do it again. All right. With
ball
that,
out.
ball out.
Ball out.